Tevin, Faith Flippo. Yep, Flippo, Captain Flippo. What's going on today?
Howdy. The end goal of me doing this is to somehow continue to bridge the gap between communities and the police precincts, and in like an honest way, where like things are going. I know you guys are kind of in chaos. I don't know if you're there, but you guys know this is chaos.
Absolutely.
But I feel that chaos can be turned into something a lot greater. And doing things like this is like the little itty bitty tiny steps that I, as a civilian, can do for what I can do.
Yeah.
And so the reason why I'm here is to basically
talk it out. Just say it. We can take it.
out.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Just
I love
talk
it.
it out. Somehow be able to like get you guys' perspectives and be able to share our perspectives, and then just like literally just be human again.
Yes.
Because I feel like that's something that we've discounted, and it's something that we could definitely lose track of in the coming times. So I feel like this is something that we can start doing now to really bridge that.
I appreciate that. I do, because too often we forget a lot of that all of us are human.
Yeah.
And you taking this stance is amazing and brave, and be proud of that, because some people don't even feel like they can do that, and we don't want that. That is absolutely not what we want. We want to have this conversation, and we're out here all the time trying to help people and talking to people, but media doesn't portray that sometimes. So we want people to really see what life is. So yeah, what questions you got? Talk to me.
So I guess something like what made you join the force? Like what's your life story? What brought you here?
So I'm from up north originally, and started, always wanted to be a police officer, always felt the urge to help people. Originally wanted to be a New York City police officer, and just, the way things work, I wound up down here, and I love it. I started off working Churchill, Mosby and Whitman Court, and worked my way throughout major crimes. I'm working on homicides and forensics. I'm now the captain of our community care unit, which community youth intervention. So we do a lot of outreach to a lot of different kids and community members, to our kids that are kind of heading down maybe the wrong path, and how we can change that. So it's just something that I've gotten to experience how we help the community by fighting crime, and I've also gotten to experience how I help the community by engaging the community and having a great relationship. I used to be the sector lieutenant here, and I've had such great community contacts. There's so many awesome people, pastors in churches in this area. I don't want to throw out any names just for what all the tension that's happening, but some people I really account for as friends, and I take my kids to events out here. We have to open our eyes sometimes, and I think a lot of the times, we have to recognize there's some people on all ends of the spectrum that have never experienced the word racism, because they just never thought, I don't raise my kids to look at the color of the skin. It's something that we correct right away, and we're having to talk about this now at dinner. Hey, what's this? And I have to set them straight. Listen, guys, it's the same way that we've been raising you from day one. This is not how we act. We don't treat someone different by the color of their skin. Action. It's our actions. A lot of times, if someone doesn't act right, that's what turns me off to somebody more than that's what makes. I don't want to be around someone if they're not nice to me. Exactly. Besides doing my job, we got to deal with people like that. But that's how it is, and I'm assuming you guys are that same way, because you took the stance to come talk to us, right? So I don't know. I get a little heartbroken by the movement of saying all police are bad, because I devoted so much. My family sacrificed so much. I come from a law enforcement family. I saw what my dad did for the community back when we had community policing first started, and I saw how impactful it was. 30 years later, we'd go back to the community he was a community officer at, and people still remembered him. Oh, hey, man. And that's mind-blowing. He didn't live there anymore, and they still remember him. So it's just important. You have to engage your community. Police also have to be police. Sometimes we have to make arrests, and we have to protect it.
And because I understand that, I ain't gonna say I can't speak for everybody.
Right.
I understand that, you feel me? It's like, correct me when I'm wrong, you feel me? But at the same time, you feel me? Understand that I'm a human. and correct me when I'm wrong. Don't judge me when I'm wrong. You feel me? Like,
Yes.
you feel me? You're not the judge of me. You feel me? I understand. You feel me? Hey, look, you fucking up. You know, you feel me?
Yeah.
Whatever you gotta do, type shit.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like we at a point now where it's a disconnect, where it's not really. You feel me? We're not seeing each other as human no more. We seeing each other as what we wearing at the moment, or you feel me? How we acting at the moment, or whatever. You feel me? Like we can automatically label everybody now.
Everybody's leaving everybody. It's not,
Right,
you know,
yeah.
and it's horrible.
Yeah.
We hate it on our end too, you know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Not to cut you off, but the biggest thing for us is at the end of the day, this is a job for us. We have
Right.
families and we have lives outside of this.
Right.
That's hard sometimes.
You feel that's
And I think that's going with what you were trying to say. There's the person behind the uniform, what you're wearing.
Right.
So I mean, that's what I'd like people to see us as. That, and I totally understand what you're
like,
saying.
cause I understand at the end of the day, y'all go home, y'all take y'all uniform off.
That's
You
when
feel
I
me?
go home,
Like,
man. I want to be with my family. I don't think of work. I disconnect.
Right, you feel me?
I'm where I'm working, going home,
Right.
friend, do our thing, have fun.
But yeah, it's like I don't never try to tell nobody how to do their job or whatever. You feel me? Like, I understand y'all got a job, y'all got you feel me? Y'all got to do, y'all got rules, y'all got to follow. You feel me? And it's like, you feel me? I'm coming to understand that because once again, you feel me? Like, I told the other police officers we talked to, like I was raised in a fucking police household. You feel me? Excuse my language. I was raised in a fucking police type of household. You feel me? I just come from that type of family.
Yeah.
But it's like I grew out of that. You feel me? I grew to understand that these are people. You feel me? Like nobody is born with a badge. You feel me? Attached to their skin. Like nobody's like that. Nobody's born in.
Well, I appreciate having that perspective. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what we're going for. We just trying to get everybody to see each other's perspective.
Absolutely.
Because
We all come from
Yeah,
places,
real.
different backgrounds, and we all have our own experience.
But at the end of the day, we're all human.
What's your human experience? What brought you to the badge?
What brought me to it? Well, started up, had a lot of friends that volunteer in EMS and fire. Fire, not for me. I always equate it like this to my friends. My firefighter friends, they'd rather go into a burning building, I'd rather go down the dark alley. That's how I equate it. That's how I do. So I had a strong friends. I have a lot of friends into public service, and that kind of drew me in, seeing the family nature in it. All right. After that, I came down to VCU. I'm also from up north. Came down to VCU, saw their criminal justice program. A lot of the courses there, especially the community policing aspect of it, and different theories in that, brought me in, drew me in. So that started there, graduated from there, then I joined. So after that, now started in 3rd Precinct. Started out actually near the West End, but I didn't feel like that was a better fit me. So I went down to the Middleton Turnpike area. There I felt like I could contribute more to the area. From there, I'm now into the Special Operations Division, where I do traffic enforcement.
And all right, so how long altogether you been doing it?
About 3 years.
Yeah. How long?
18 years.
Yeah.
Love it.
You going for that? I say you going
What's
for
that?
captain. You going for
Yeah, I'm happy where I'm at right now. Man. No, right, that's a lot of responsibility. That color shirt right there carries a lot of responsibility. I'm happy right here.
For sure. But I mean, what you got carry a lot of responsibility.
Absolutely.
Too,
Absolutely.
Like all of us carry a lot of responsibility.
Absolutely.
Feel me? Like just waking up during the day from some things we do, we carry a lot of responsibility. So but yeah, like the bottom line of it, we're trying to get everybody to be human again. You feel me? If only for a minute, just be human again. You feel me? See the struggles that each one of us go through. Like I know y'all job ain't, you feel me, all shits and giggles, you feel me? Like I know y'all gotta be cautious about who y'all approach, you feel me, how y'all approach things. Like I know that shit, you feel me? I understand that shit. You feel me? Like once again, I would hate for when y'all to walk up on me and say anything wrong. You feel me? Like it's the same way as, you feel me, y'all could just be like, how you doing? And I could be like, fuck you the police. You feel me? Like so it's like I understand that. But what we trying to do is we trying to get everybody to understand. Just get everybody's perspective on everybody's side of it. You feel me? Everybody.
And you need a constant dialogue for that, because we can have this conversation, and let's say a week or two from now, you know, maybe you get pulled over. Hold on, we'll wait till ambulance goes by. So maybe you get pulled over, and maybe it was a rude police officer. I'll tell you, I've been pulled over by rude cops, and you know what my dad used to tell me? He'd say, you know what you want to be when you get older? He said, use this on how not to be. Don't be that guy that was just, you know, and I don't know what kind of day that guy had. You know, I may not have gotten the ticket that day, but that guy, you know, 20-something years later, I still remember that response I had with that officer that was just nasty to me. I was shivering and shaking by the time I was done that conversation with him. So I remember that side, and I feel that, and I don't ever want to do that to somebody. But on the flip side, sometimes we see such crappy things, like the things that, if you really think about the things that you've seen, the things that you've seen in your life, it's heartbreaking, and we have to kind of shut that off so we can continue to do our jobs to help the community. And that's, to me, that's one thing I think a lot of people don't realize. We don't, like, and the older I get, and raising children now, I think of how my kids don't have to see that, and how some kids in our community see the horrible things that I have to see. And it molds you to be kind of a little more callous with things. It's hard, and we're still human though, and we're still working out all that stuff too. I mean, when you roll up on a shooting, or when somebody was killed, or a horrible accident, or a sexual assault, those are things we sleep with every night. Like, we have to put this, and we can't be like, oh man, you all right? That's not how things are. Like, it's all right, suck it up. We got a next call to go to. Let's go. And I don't want any pity from that. I'm just saying it's what molds sometimes us that
all right, so, and that's what I'm saying, like, I understand, you feel me, like you just said, y'all go through some wild shit, like, you feel me, I understand that,
Yeah.
you feel me, but I'm saying, like, that's why I'm saying we gotta get back to a point of being human, you feel me, like, where it shouldn't be like, oh, you just witnessed some traumatizing shit, but suck it up and get ready to witness some more traumatizing shit, and then go home to your family and act like you're not fucking traumatized.
You're right.
You feel me? Like,
you're right.
we should, you feel me? We need to get to a point where we get past that. You feel me? Like,
I'm glad you said that, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's where we move to. That's the big movement in law enforcement now. Is we have this thing called Road to Resilience. It's to work on our officers' mental health, to make sure we're checking ourselves too, because we recognize now, finally, United States, we're recognizing that people go through stuff. Post-traumatic stress syndrome is real, and and we have to still constantly be human, and we gotta check, like you said, we gotta check ourselves. But it's the dialogue, it's the conversation. And I'll tell you, a lot of times when I was a sector lieutenant, my officers never got to go to the community events that I got to go to as a lieutenant. They never got to see that community that praised us, because we only went to calls when people needed us, when there was chaos. So we only got to see people in their worst. We never got to see people at those community meetings that, hey, thanks for what you're doing, and where we could help them. We could be proactive. If they said, if there's the house that's a little troubled, or there's high grass here, or they just, kind of everyday issues for people, not the chaos and traumatic issues, but the everyday issues that we can do something and feel good about. That's uplifting to officers, and that was always my movement to say, come on guys, come to this meeting with me. I want you to see what you're seeing, because I was blessed that I got promoted and I moved out of just dealing with radio calls at the time. Not saying that's a bad thing, I was just saying it gave me a way to get an outer perspective and look in as to what our officers see a lot. And I'm not justifying any kind of excuse to be rude or grumpy or anything like that. I'm just saying sometimes that's all they see, and all they see is just junk,
Yeah, I understand.
So, but this is what makes it. When they get to have a conversation with someone, I don't know if you saw Officer Shore was on TV having a heart-to-heart with somebody in the community just a week ago. And it was cool because it was community members engaging with one of our officers, and they felt the same way about the disheartening of what happened to our city this time. Like, that's just disturbing. That just breaks my heart more than anything. And I'm not even from here, but I serve here. This is where, I put my heart and soul the past 18 years. So, this is my area that I feel like I protect, I'm responsible for. So it's sad to see that. And the people that live here, it's got to be heartbreaking too to see that mess happen. And I get getting the point across. I completely get that, but peaceful and these kind of conversations and all that, that's what we want to push. I mean, we're here. We'd love to talk to people as much as possible.
So eventually, we want to establish like a meeting. Do you guys want to that?
Absolutely. I'll give you my card right now, and because I can coordinate it with Community Youth and Intervention Services anyway. So, but you have it, and please, we'd love it. Really, we would. We just, it's. I'll tell you, the most disheartening thing is riding 7 blocks down Broad Street on our 7th and 8th day straight of 14, 15-hour shifts. So, like, a lot of our guys are getting 4 hours of sleep at best. So, they're working a lot. And riding down Broad Street, you see 7 blocks of nothing but boarded up walls and graffiti saying nothing but F12 and no good cops. And it just breaks my heart because that's not me. That's not any of the officers I work with. You know, it's sad. And I'm not discrediting any bad experiences people have, and I'm not saying there's not bad police officers out there. Like, you know, the old saying, there's bad doctors, there's bad teachers, there's bad preachers, there's
One bad apple spoils the bunch, right?
Right.
Alright, so like every police station that we went to so far, everybody who talked to us, we're basically saying the same thing. And we understand that. We know that. You feel me? Like
That's why, like,
that's what we're trying to get. I mean,
no, I don't say like that's why like it's important. Like that's even why we're recording it because like it's not just us for us and other precincts that need to have these conversations. It's us as a community, and like it's us as a community outside of the badge and us as a community inside the badge. So like that's the whole purpose of this. Because it needs to be under one roof, and it needs to be understanding. Because if not, we're just gonna continue to keep misunderstanding each other, and keep like miscommunicating, and keep labeling, and keep not like progressing.
Let me ask you this: what was your drive to start this? What was the drive that pushed you to come out to each precinct and start these conversations? I mean, it's fantastic that you are.
I
see
What?
chaos.
The chaos?
We grew up in Richmond.
Okay.
We're from here. We never seen none of this go on. Legit. And it's wild out here. This, once again, like all the looting and rioting and shit, these people jobs, this is our community. This is our community that's being destroyed right in front of our eyes from simple mistakes, you feel me? Or simple shit, you feel me? That could easily be avoided. You feel me? So it's like
We do appreciate you guys coming out.
even weirder than that, this is an opportunity. This is just purely an opportunity to help make a shift in a way that's beneficial for everybody. This is a moment in life history. Like this can go any way in the future. This can go any way tomorrow, a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a month from now. But all I have is me and all I have is us. This little tiny circle to try to do something. You know?
That's what you got, mustard seed.
And like I spent a lot of my time planting seeds, but those seeds will do what they do, but now I have to like water a different type of garden, and this is my efforts into that.
I think all of us in general have to just check ourselves every day. It's a constant daily decision of how we choose to live our life. Do we let kind of the evils of the world overcome us and the hate and all that, or do we want to check ourselves? And that's in every dialect. Sometimes you got to just shut off social media, because I'll tell you, I get so sick to my stomach, and I have to just shut it off because of just the hate that's portrayed. And maybe it's just a misconception, but people don't realize what they're posting out there, how just rotten it is. And you forget, you dehumanize everything about it when you're just posting nasty words. And I'm with you, because I'm getting sick of it. Like, it's the world shouldn't be that way. We're humans.
That's too short, Rob.
No, I really appreciate y'all coming out here. You know, like we are all humans, and every life is important. I value every life. We all value every life, and it's, you know, I think that we just don't recognize there's people out there. We don't. You know, we got to remember that everything. The communities we serve, there's tons of awesome people out there that sometimes, like I've learned over the years, it's just one bad decision away that may get somebody arrested. It's just one little bitty decision. You and I could be on the same level in the field. Something could turn me a different way, and then that puts me down this wrong path. And you know, honestly, a lot of police officers, we take that opportunity to turn in the right way. Like, I can honestly say there's a very small percentage of officers that will just say, yeah, I'm here to lock everyone up and I'm moving on. Most of us take this effort to say, hey, let me get you some resources. And it may not work that time, but 5 times later, you know, it's just some cool stories out there where we've helped turn people's lives around. And it's just for the pure, we need that too. We need that satisfaction. At least know, you know what, we're helping people. We're not just dealing with the chaos and just arresting people or making a report because of something horrific happened. We have the chance to help somebody. So, you know, hopefully people see that, and at least they know, you know, we're not looking to be this hero on it, all this stuff. We just, you know, the threats on our lives are hard too, you know, us having to question where we walk to, where we eat at, that's crazy. So, I mean,
That's a perspective that we don't like. The guy, the last piece, he explained the story like that, you know? And it's just like it's literally perspective.
Yes.
It's literally perspective, and we don't have a common perspective. All our perspectives are.
Yeah, it's just and we're labeled. You believe this, you all of a sudden are labeled to be this group. You believe this, you're all of a sudden that's not how things are. That's not. None of us are that way. We can believe so many things, you know. If you're Democratic, if you're Republican, if you're conservative, if you're liberal, sometimes you're a little bit of everything, and that's what's awesome. That's why we are who we are. So, but yeah, I mean, I went to the grocery store on the way home one day, and like I was in uniform because I was exhausted. I just wanted food and then go home and go to bed because I had to be back early. And you just get so uneasy because everyone's looking at you right now, and it's not with those loving eyes. It's you just get such a hatred, and it's sad. You know, it's because it's sad. Nobody should have to. Nobody should experience that. I don't know.
Right, well,
Yeah. You guys are awesome, though. I really do appreciate you coming in.
You guys,
yeah, so we can appreciate that.
Yeah. And I mean, please continue doing this stuff.
Sure.
And you know what? I promise you, this is my theory. The devil works in all kinds of ways, so he's going to try to help you stumble. You got to get back up. You know, I mean, there's going to be an opportunity, a chance. You may have a crappy experience with a grumpy officer, I wish I could promise that would never happen. But just know that's a one time. How many did you meet just today of us? You know, how many? You know, so I just hope you consider that. You know, I mean, like I said, I every once in a while I meet a grumpy officer too, and I'm like, what's your problem, man? You like, did you not get your meetings today? You know, but again, that's the human part. They're butthead humans, you know. So it was, I don't know. Yeah. All right,
I
guys.
definitely appreciate it.
Thank you. Can I have a hug?
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you coming.
I appreciate you. I appreciate it. No, we really do appreciate it.
Best of luck to you guys, okay?
Thank you,
You got
thank
my
you.
card, call me.
Yeah, definitely.
Really, we'll hook